It is October 29th, 2024. It is 21:42 is the time. We got a week left to election day, and it's a crucial point because there's only 1 week left, and almost all of the polls in each of the 7 swing states are tied. Or how many there were? Yesterday I covered on my predictions on Pennsylvania. I believe that Trump will win in Pennsylvania by 4.5. He's leading, and by my predictions, he's leading every full state by about 4 points, and some 6. I believe that Georgia will be won by 7. That's one of my other predictions. But as well as Atlas Intel is a really good source as well. They've gotten everything right, pretty much everything right, and they're putting Trump in the popular vote by 2 points, 48 to 46, which is this is exceptional for Trump. This is the first time he's even tied a poll, let alone lead it in the average. So now Kamala's big strategy, which she calls the October surprise, which is not really an October surprise because it's not new. They refer to Trump as Hitler because he held a rally in Madison Square Garden. This is a bit of an old news bone, but I think it's just so stupid to say that because Trump's not the first political figure to hold a rally in Madison Square Garden. Democrats have done it. I think Obama did one. I know Carter did one, and FDR, I believe, also did one. All in Madison Square Garden, just because in 1939 a Nazi rally was held there. Prior to that, where Americans pledged their allegiance to the Germans or whatever. I find this stupid to call Trump a fascist over this. Not only is a fascist completely different to just holding a rally at the same place that they did, but that's not how you define a fascist. The fascist is where the system of government is where there's complete privatization of everything, and there's complete government control over these corporations that have privatized it. So when you do that, it's basically socialism of extra steps. That's why they call themselves the National Socialist Party of German Workers, Nazi. And when you translate that to German, it's NSEI. So I have an article from the Times New Roman, which is the same thing in Jerusalem Post and in the Daily Wire, that has a Holocaust survivor blasted Harris for calling Trump a fascist. He goes on to say, never to file some lifetimes. I know more about Hitler than Kamala will ever know in 1,000 lifetimes. And he is there saying, like, what is Trump to say, and what is Kamala to say that Trump is a fascist Nazi supporter? This is also following a while back when Trump said, apparently according to the Chief of Staff Kelly, that Trump had said that he needed generals like Hitler's, which is, even if he did say that, which is very unlikely that he didn't, because there's a bunch of people coming out that saying that he never said that. But even if he did say that, that wouldn't be particularly a bad statement, because even though they were evil people, they were geniuses. They were geniuses. They conquered most of Europe. They only failed because the Soviets just failed. They just threw blankets of people at them at Stalingrad, and then eventually the Soviets took Belgium, which were lost in the war. I mean, they could have won it if it wasn't for the Soviets' immense population and disregard to their soldiers' health. So they were geniuses, but they were evil. You don't, like Putin. Putin's a genius. He has control over 100 million people, but he's also evil. Like President Shane, I forgot his name, but he's a genius, but he's completely evil. He puts people in concentration camps in China. He's a president elected, not really, but he has complete control over 1 billion people. Now, it's evil, but he's also a genius in that regard, because he's doing this in such a way where he has cameras on every street monitoring what people say, obviously. And then Madison Square Garden, Harris calling Trump a fascist. This is happening all when Trump has been shot at 2 times, and then they caught another guy with a gun trying to come at him a couple weeks ago or a week ago. And this is just all spiraling downhill into just playground insults of calling somebody, you're Hitler. No, you're Hitler. Like, Trump's also participating in this and calling somebody a fascist. It's not really working out in the best way for democracy, for calling somebody a threat to democracy. That very phrase is a threat to a democracy itself. So that's what I have to say about calling people Hitler.